Hello, this is nightemi, and today I want to do something very different from what I would normally do. So today I am going to read you a ghost story, children's ghost story, and I'm going to do it semi-whispering. So this feels more like we were camping, something that first of all is not possible right now because it's winter, it's really cold, and also because of everything going everywhere around. This microphone setup, it's a very weird contraption that I created to be able to speak to you like this, very close and quiet, but still be heard well. I hope that my improvised pop filter does enough to make the sound enjoyable. So, today we're going to have a bit of whispering, mostly whispering, because if I spoke normally it'd be too loud for this one. This is going to be a children's ghost story. We have our candle. So the set today is only candle lit. And let's get spooky. In a small town not far from here, there was an old abandoned house. No one ever went near it because everyone said that it was haunted. One day, a bunch of local people were sitting in a coffee shop chatting about bravery. One man in particular was bragging loudly. "I'm not afraid of anything," he boasted. "Oh yeah?" asked his buddy. "I'll bet that you aren't brave enough to spend a night alone in that old abandoned house." The boaster didn't want to admit that he was afraid, so he agreed to sleep in the house that very night. At dusk, he arrived at the house alone. He checked every room and found nothing unusual. He chose an upstairs bedroom, spread out his sleeping bag on the floor, and tried to sleep. He had just dozed off when he heard a faint noise from downstairs. He strained to hear what it was. It sounded like someone moaning these words. "I am the ghost of the bloody finger. I am in the front hall." The man told himself that he was just imagining things. It must be the wind, he thought. But then he heard a bit louder. "I am the ghost of the bloody finger. I am at the bottom of the stairs." "My imagination is running wild," thought the man. "I am just going to go to sleep and soon it will be morning." But then he heard even louder. "I am the ghost of the bloody finger. I am at the top of the stairs." The man dove inside his sleeping bag, but he could still hear the ghost coming closer. "I am the ghost of the bloody finger. I am in the upstairs hall." The man had his head under his pillow, but he could hear the ghost coming even closer. "I am the ghost of the bloody finger. I am at the bedroom door." The man was shaking with terror. The door creaked open. "I am the ghost of the bloody finger. I am in the bedroom." The ghost paused in the doorway. "I am the ghost of the bloody finger." Do you have a band-aid? Okay, this was amusing actually. um, that's the end of the story. And just maybe I will actually whisper another one. This will be seriously just whispered. Okay, so just no voice acting, no pretty bits. Just whispering. The lady with the emerald ring. A rich man's wife became deadly ill the night before Christmas in 1798. So he called for the doctor. By the time the doctor arrived, his wife had died, or so it seemed. Her husband was so grief-stricken that he locked himself in his room and did not attend the funeral the following day. The servants of the house carried the rich woman's body to the vicar, who, in a drunken stupor, held the ceremony quickly. The veil was drawn across her face, the stone lid lowered, and the iron grill locked. Just before the clergyman fell asleep later that night, he remembered the beautiful emerald ring on the finger of the woman he had laid to rest. Wanting the ring and thinking no one would find out, he went downstairs, unlocked the lid, opened it, and tried to pry off the ring. It would not budge. He ran and brought back a file to cut the ring off her finger. When that did not work, he severed her finger and pulled the ring off. As he left, he turned around to pick up the iron lid and screamed at the top of his lungs. He dropped the ring and ran. The woman had awakened, was moaning, and held her severed finger towards him with an evil smile on her face. Wearing nothing but her fine silk dress, the woman walked back to her home, knocked on her door, and rang the bell, but to no avail. The servants had all gone to sleep, for it was late on Christmas Eve. She lifted a heavy stone, threw it at her husband's window, and waited. He came to the window with a sorrowful look on his face. Suddenly, to her surprise, he yelled, "Go away! Why must you torture me so? Don't you know my wife has just died? Let me mourn and do not bother me again." With this, he shut the window. He did not realize it was his wife who had thrown the rock at the window. She repeated her actions again, throwing a rock at the window. He opened the window again and she yelled to him, "I am no one but your so-called dead wife. Now come down here and open this door unless you'd like me to die a second time on our doorstep." "You're a ghost then," he said to her. She said, "No, for ghosts don't bleed. Now come down here before I catch my own death of cold." The man with a joyous look on his face came down to meet his wife and took her inside, where he called the doctor once more and told him the news. Meanwhile, the clergyman ran home and up the stairs. In a state of fright, he hung himself from the rafters of his home. If he had only known that the woman only wanted to thank him. She had not died after all, but had gone into a coma. When he cut off her finger, the pain woke her up. And that's the end of the second story. And with that, I'm going to say good night to you. And I'll see you next week. Bye!